Welcome back to the deep dive. We are cutting through the noise, taking all these strategy docs and performance reviews, and boiling them down into the actionable knowledge you need.
Exactly. And today, we're focusing on one of the biggest challenges out there, content scale. You, the listener, you want to know how to go from just making a ton of content to making it all perform.
Right. And our source material today is, well, it's an incredible case study. It's a full strategy blueprint for a really ambitious bilingual YouTube podcast channel at OscarBP.
And when you say ambitious...
I mean, this channel has produced a genuinely unbelievable amount of work. We're talking over 1,000 episodes in 1 year.
It's staggering.
So our mission is to unpack the plan that's designed to take that foundation and turn it into what they're calling an unstoppable engagement machine.
Yeah, it's a blueprint for like a rapid transformation. We're going to look at how the data forces you to make some pretty tough choices. Specifically, how you pivot from a mindset that's all about volume to one that's about optimization, all while keeping up that, that insane pace.
Okay, so let's unpack this. And I think we have to start by just acknowledging the sheer effort here. I mean, this is content creation as an endurance sport.
Oh, absolutely. The channel basically ran a digital marathon for a solid year.
It really did.
I mean, calling it dedication, that just doesn't feel like enough. In just 12 months, they published 1.3 thousand episodes.
1.3 thousand.
Yeah, and split pretty much evenly. So 650 in Spanish, 650 in English. That's almost 4 episodes a day, every single day.
That is just an extraordinary level of commitment. And it did get them some solid, measurable results.
It did. The first year, they clocked 71.3 thousand total views, 1.2 thousand subscribers, and this is the big one, 3.9 thousand hours of playback.
And to put that into context for you.
Right, that 3,900 hours, it's like the audience spent 162 nonstop days just watching the content. So you've got momentum.
162 days. But the sources are clear. This is just the starting line, right? Studies show that an optimized channel on YouTube usually grows maybe 20 to 30% a year. But this plan, it's aiming way higher.
Precisely. The goal isn't just average growth. The document calls it an upgrade from solid to stellar. It's about strategic leverage.
Okay, and this is where it gets really interesting for me. The goals are aggressive, but they're built on that SMART framework.
Specific, measurable, achievable.
Relevant, and temporal.
Yeah.
And they're looking to more than double their key metrics in just the next 12 months.
The targets are definitely ambitious, but they're benchmarked. They looked at similar channels that are doing really well. They want the view count to go from about 71,000 to over 150,000. That's a 110% increase.
And they're focusing on virality for that.
Exactly.
And they also want to more than double the watch time, so from 3.9 thousand hours to 8,000. That tells me retention is like the absolute #1 priority now.
And then you've got the subscriber target. Going from 1.2 thousand to 3,000 subscribers. 150% increase. I mean, that feels almost impossible. Where is that growth supposed to come from?
Well, the strategy is basically betting on 2 big things. That super optimized engagement we're about to talk about and just clear, constant calls to action.
Okay.
But the real kicker, the thing that gives them leverage, is a strategic retreat on volume.
And that's the crucial nuance, isn't it? The current pace is 1,300 episodes a year, but the plan suggests they might actually reduce that, maybe down to 1,000 episodes.
Wait, reduce it? Why?
Because the data shows a direct link. If you reduce the quantity just a little, you can put that extra time into quality. And quality, that translates directly to higher retention, viewers stick around longer, and you hit that 8,000-hour goal even with fewer videos.
So it's not about working less, it's about shifting the effort from pure creation to optimized creation.
Right. And that brings us to the science behind all this. I mean, if you already have an audience, how do you multiply your results?
Yeah. How do you make your effort count for more?
It's the difference between just working hard and working smart, Let's look at the foundation here. The strategy leans heavily on the algorithm. Research shows that just optimizing keywords, your SEO, can explain up to 30% of the difference in views between channels.
30%. That's a huge amount of growth just sitting there if you're not using the right words.
Think about it this way. Keywords are the directions you give to Google or YouTube. If you're talking about AI but you're not using a phrase like daily tips, you've basically built a huge store with no sign out front.
That makes sense.
The source material notes that specific targeted keywords can multiply your existing views by factors as high as, I think it was, 3.35.
Wow. Okay, so that's the algorithm. But the strategy also relies on the human side of things, on what they call social endorsement.
Yeah, that's audience interaction.
Yeah.
And it's so powerful. The studies they cite show that just by increasing your likes and comments by 10%, you can boost your total views by 10 to 20%.
And why is that?
Well, the algorithm sees likes and comments as a sign that people are satisfied, that they're engaged. And those signals, they drive shares, they push your video into new feeds, and they basically turn your audience into your free promotion team.
And hitting those big targets, especially the 4,000 hours and 1,000 subs, that has an immediate financial payoff too.
Oh, absolutely. That's the secondary goal here. Hitting that threshold gets you into the YouTube Partner Program. So you unlock ads, and you can immediately start looking for sponsors. It's how you turn this marathon from a hobby into a real business.
All right, so let's move from the why to the actionable how. The blueprint is laid out in phases. Phase 1, the first 2 months, is all about the foundation, optimizing what's already there.
Right. And the first action item is basically a long weekend of just pure, deep, bilingual SEO work.
Fun.
The specific task is updating the top 100 existing episodes with really detailed, keyword-rich descriptions. We're talking 100 to 150 words for each one.
Okay, that's a lot.
It is, and it has to include internal links to other episodes and those super targeted phrases like AI podcast en español or AI podcast English tips. It's the heavy lifting you have to do to get that 30% growth.
That is a massive retroactive job.
Yeah.
But I guess it guarantees that your old content starts working harder for you?
And that foundational work extends to the visuals, too. The strategy hammers home the need for optimized thumbnails, vibrant colors, bold text. And for a bilingual channel, this means you have to duplicate them. One set of thumbnails with text in English, one in Spanish.
That's smart. So if someone searches in Spanish, they see a thumbnail that instantly says, yes, this is for you, and they're more likely to click.
Exactly. The blueprint also calls for some targeted tool investment. Specifically, they mention gear like a Shure MV7 microphone.
Why that one in particular?
It's all about broadcast quality. The MV7 is known for rejecting room noise, and you have to remember, nothing kills engagement faster than bad audio. The source calls it echo phantasma, ghost echo.
Ghost echo. I like that.
Yeah, it's that thin, hollow sound that makes you click away instantly. The plan also mentions software like Riverside for easy remote recording and editing, which is how you maintain that high volume.
So once the foundation is solid, phase 2 is about optimizing the creation process itself. And what I found fascinating here was the mandate to diversify formats.
Yes. They can't just rely on the 25-minute interview anymore. The strategy calls for a specific mix. You blend those longer episodes, which build retention, with YouTube Shorts, which have to be under 60 seconds.
So the shorts are for discovery.
The shorts are the discovery tool, yeah. They draw in new viewers that you can then try to convert to the longer stuff. It's a classic funnel.
And they had a specific idea for those shorts.
They did.
Yeah.
They suggested creating an AI fail del dia segment, so AI fail of the day, and using whiteboard animations to do it.
And that's not just for fun.
No, not at all. The source mentions that whiteboard animations are documented to make complex ideas about 15% more memorable than just a standard talking head video. It hits both the visual and auditory learning pathways at the same time.
Maximizing retention even on the short stuff.
Oh.
Okay, so beyond the formats, how do they plan to expand their reach without just relying on subscribers?
Collaboration. The action plan is to contact 5 potential guest influencers every month. And the smart part is they say to start small.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, target channels with just 1,000 to 5,000 subscribers. Because those channels are usually eager to cross-promote and their audiences are super specific and engaged, it's a much more immediate audience swap.
And inside the episodes themselves, they're optimizing for discovery and satisfaction too.
That means adding all the essentials. Timestamps in the description, captions for accessibility and SEO, and embedding really strong calls to action. The blueprint even suggests culturally specific ones like suscríbete para más AI locuras.
Yeah.
Subscribe for more AI craziness. It's fun, it has personality.
Okay, so that leads us to the final phases. Outbound reach and constant adjustment. You've got this polished, optimized content. Now you have to push it out. Phase 3.
And the promotion has to be monthly and on multiple platforms. So cross-promoting on X, Instagram, TikTok. This means taking those short clips, adding some context, and creating viral AI memes that are lighthearted but still drive traffic back to the main channel.
I like that blend of serious content and, lighthearted virality.
Yeah.
It keeps it approachable. And community building is a big part of this, too.
Huge. To really solidify that subscriber base, the plan mandates monthly live streams for bilingual Q&A sessions. That builds real loyalty. And structurally, just organizing that massive backlog of 1.3 thousand episodes into playlists like AI and Exponential Básico, that encourages binge watching.
They also talk about dipping a toe into paid promotion. That feels like a big step for an organic channel.
It's about targeted acceleration. Even a small ad spend, say $50 to $100 on YouTube ads targeting fans of AI podcasts, can quickly get your best content in front of a warm audience. It's a way to bypass that slow, organic grind.
Which brings us to phase 4, and I think this is the most important one: analysis and adjustment. You have to know what's actually working.
You can't neglect this part. The strategy says you have to be rigorously monitoring your YouTube analytics every 2 weeks. You're tracking watch time, retention, traffic sources. The data tells you where to focus.
So if the English content is suddenly booming, you lean into that.
You adjust the output immediately. And, maybe most importantly, respond to all the comments.
Why is responding to every comment so critical here?
Because it feeds directly into that social endorsement metric we talked about. When you respond, you encourage more comments, more likes, and that fuels the algorithm and gets you that 10 to 20% view boost.
Okay, so if we connect this all back to the big picture, maintaining that high volume, even 1,000 episodes a year, is a massive commitment. It's going to lead to challenges. What about burnout?
Yeah, the sources are really clear that burnout is the #1 risk. The solution is either delegation, hiring someone to edit and post, or a fixed reduction to maybe 4 episodes a week.
But wait, delegation can be expensive for a smaller channel? Is that really feasible?
Well, it frames delegation not as an expense, but as an investment. The idea is you free up your own time to focus only on the high-value tasks, recording, and strategy. If the strategy works, the monetization you unlock pays for the delegation. It's a calculated risk.
Got it. And what about the insane amount of competition in the AI space?
The solution there is hyper-specificity. You find unique, underserved niches, something like AI and the vida diaria latina, or AI and everyday Latino life. That gives you cultural relevance that the huge general AI channels just can't match.
And the algorithm itself, when it just changes on a whim.
That's where that diligent 2-week analytics check comes in. It's the only way to adapt to what the source calls algorithms caprichosos, capricious algorithms. You can't fight it. You can only track it and adjust.
This brings up a really interesting, counterintuitive point about feedback. How should you, as a creator, look at negative stuff, like dislikes?
This is a perfect example of how data can change your whole perspective. Counterintuitively, the source material points to studies showing that dislikes actually generate discussion. They generate comments. And ironically, that boosts your overall engagement metrics.
So perceived negativity isn't necessarily a failure.
It's just another form of engagement that the algorithm rewards.
That really reframes how you have to view audience feedback. Okay, let's bring this all together. We started with a channel that achieved incredible volume. The main takeaway from this whole blueprint seems clear. To turn that high volume into a high-growth engine, you need, what, 3 things?
I'd say so. Unwavering consistency, specific data-driven goals, and a relentless focus on optimization. Everything from keywords and visuals to your content formats.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener, trying to sail your own thing? This blueprint really shows that sustainable digital growth is a strategic, data-driven process. It's not just luck.
Exactly. It's about using the performance data you have to guide every single creative decision you make. It's the formula for that upgrade from just solid to stellar.
It's a shortcut to efficiency.
And here's the provocative thought for you to mull over. The source material suggests that optimizing this channel could move 40% of its new views to foreign markets, Latin America for the Spanish content, the US, or Europe for the English.
Okay.
So considering that global objective, what fundamental elements of culture, slang and context, are missed when creators only focus on the technical SEO keywords and not the lived experience of those international audiences? It's a question of optimization versus, genuine culturally fluent connection.